with the ongoing unrest in Bangladesh, the current situation, how do you assess this from your perspective? How do we see the entire situation?
Well, I think it is very disturbing, especially as the minority communities as well as the Indian High Commission have been attacked and have been under attack, apart from destabilizing the situation in Bangladesh. And so I think that that is a very concerning development. I hope that the government there is able to take responsibility and is able to control these riots that are taking place there and targeted attacks on Indian assets as well as the people. Apart from that, we are also seeing that there is an effort to completely once again dislodge the uh, legacy of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, as the attacks have taken place on various media outlets as well as on other leaders of the political party, Awami League. And we see that a lot of radicals and others are derailing the original revolution that had taken place in Bangladesh. So I think that the Bangladesh is on a cusp, and as it is planning to have elections in 2 months' time, I think these developments are not good for Bangladesh.
Okay, sir. So my second question to you is, with the interim government in Dhaka and election are still, some distance away, how do you assess the stability of Bangladesh at this moment?
Well, there is no stability, as we can see it on the TV screens and in the news media. There are all kinds of, these elements which are trying to exploit the situation to their advantage. And there are attacks which are targeted, and therefore it can recoil. And you will have a reaction from the other forces, which means further destabilization. And therefore, it is imperative that the Muhammad Yunus government really takes up the action and tries to restore stability in the country.
So we have seen India and Bangladesh relationship and the current attack on Indian embassy in Bangladesh. How do you see that? What diplomatic steps should India take into this now?
India has already taken diplomatic step, which means we called their High Commissioner and conveyed our concerns about the security and protection of the Indian embassy, Indian missions, and the three assistant high commissions in Bangladesh, apart from various other cultural center and other places that we have now, and visa centers which are all over. So therefore, this is the India has conveyed its deep concerns, and it is the responsibility under the Vienna Conventions of the host government to provide full security for the diplomatic missions. And I hope sincerely that the Bangladeshi government does that, and there is no harm comes to Indian diplomats or the Indian diplomatic premises.
Sir, also, since we have seen that partic- particularly the eastern border and northeast, it is at the immediate security risk for India with the ongoing stability, and also the rise of anti-India sentiment signal a you know uh, failure of diplomacy maybe, or India made a convenient political target. How do you see this, sir?
Well, there's no failure of diplomacy. It is actually the kind of things that are happening in Bangladesh, and India wants a stable Bangladesh, a prosperous Bangladesh, and has always assisted Bangladesh in terms of its neighborhood first policy. But unfortunately, some powers in Bangladesh have tried to make it about Sheikh Hasina, but that is not the truth. Whatever India has done, whether it is providing infrastructure, capacity building, or investments, they are all for the people of Bangladesh, and that's precisely what India has done. India wants that its neighbors are doing well. Bangladesh actually was doing very well economically, coming out of the least developed country status, and therefore, and then they have started the new government in order to acquire some kind of a legitimacy. India bashing has become some kind of a fad, I believe, that they think that this happens. This is a convenient target for them. And so they keep on talking about India in every which way. Now, if there are some student leader has been assassinated, they should find who has done it and try to capture the person, bring them to justice, rather than allowing this kind of a public furor and outrage that is happening, and then directing it through their radical groups against India or through irresponsible statements. I think that that is something that needs to be prevented by them, but that is the responsibility of the current government.